Yeah, this will be looking into exercise 5A, substitution of values into a formula. This will be the starting of a new topic of functions, relations, and graphs, so we're up to topic 3. And in exercise 5A, we want to be able to solve practical problems by this method called substituting values into a formula, and be able to construct a table of values using TI Inspire, it's a bit of a mouthful, TI Inspire calculator. So I'm hoping that the prerequisite information you've got is you know how to, you got some basic grasp of algebra, you know how to do basic substitution, you understand pronumerals, and there's going to be a lot of key terminology that's expected for you to know to be able to tackle this exercise of 5A. So with this in mind, we're going to jump straight into an example. Example 1, using a formula. So a formula is a function of some sort where if you're given a provided scenario, in this case here, it's the cost of hiring a windsurfer. You can provide some type of unknown thing, plug that into a formula, and it should be able to spit out something else. I'm trying to generalize in this case. Well, using the context that we have here, we have the cost of hiring a windsurfer is given by this particular rule. C is equal to 10 plus 40t. Now C is the cost. What I'm going to receive at the end of a particular arithmetic transaction is the cost of something, and this is going to be in dollars. And what I have to provide for that is T, which is a time frame in hours. So this here will be cost, and this here will be time in hours. And what we're going to do with this formula is try to figure out how much it will cost to hire a windsurfer if we were to hire it for 2 hours. So a few key concepts: whenever you see a number next to a letter, there's an invisible multiplication in between. So to get the cost of this particular windsurfer for 2 hours, all you're doing is this piece of arithmetic here. Now remember your BODMAS skills, you always have to apply the multiplication first. So this will be 10 plus whatever 40 times 2 is, 80. 10 plus 80 is equal to 90. Now this context question has been provided in worded format, so I have to answer this in worded format. You can't just leave C equals 90. So we're going to put this in. Recap that this just means therefore. It's a shorthand notation for therefore, and therefore means referring to the information or eliciting information that we have seen prior. That's a bit of a mouthful to always write down or say, so we just put 3 dots because mathematicians are lazy by nature. So therefore, it will cost $90 to hire the windsurfer for 2 hours. And there we have our first example done. So this here, piece of context given by a rule or a formula, and then we're just going to do a simple substitution. For question 2, looks a bit intimidating and quite a lot going on here with this formula. This here is a perimeter of this particular compound shape. So compound shape just means 2 shapes put into one. The perimeter being the outside length, and is given by this formula. Give me the 2 sets of lengths here, 1 and 2, and add that to the height, and this 1 plus pi on 2 business, which has to do with this curvature here. Now I'm not going to dissect why this formula is the way it is, because it's just been provided to us. There might be some scenarios where you have to construct the formula yourself, so you do need a little bit of that analytical skills and referring back to prior formulas. But for now, this one's just been provided to us. So L is the length, H is the height, and we're going to find the perimeter if the length is 16.1. So this here is 16.1 centimeters, and the provided height is 3.2 centimeters. Clearly not to scale. Now, it can be shown here that pi is a ratio of the circumference of any circle to its diameter. It's an irrational number, and we use 3.14159 to 5 decimal places Our calculator has a special key for this, so I'm just going to pop up the calculator right now. So on your TI Inspires, when you go ahead and calculate a new one, so go new one at calculator, on your keyboard, which you can see here in the bottom left, you can see this little button here. You can just click on that and just choose high. So we'll be putting that into our formula. Now, obviously it's 3.14159, etc. Mine just shows to a float number of 6. You can change the float if you wish. Just come and ask me and I can change it for you. Changing the float number will just give you a more accurate representation of any irrational decimal numbers. So here we have this formula. We are going to plug everything in that we do know, and we'll just put it straight into play. Now, I'm going to be a bit I guess, formal in terms of what I'm writing by indicating brackets, just so we can see what it is that I'm calculating on a step-by-step basis. So the formula is asking, get 2 times the length, which is there and there, so 2 times 16.1, and our length is 16.1 here. We're going to add this to 3.2, open bracket, 1 plus pi on 2. So when you put this into your calculator and you execute this, make sure you put the brackets in. It's just a safety, I guess, there, so that it doesn't provide incorrect arithmetic. And it's also asking a particular decimal place. It's asking to 1 decimal place. So when we put this in, we should get 40.4, and this here is 1 decimal place. So again, therefore, the perimeter, so the given perimeter here is 40.4, and the context is in centimeters based on what's being provided here and there. So 40.4 centimeters. Now our last example, we're going to be using our TI Inspire. The formula for converting degrees Celsius, which is metric system, to degrees Fahrenheit, which is the American imperial system, is given by this formula. So if you want to know the Fahrenheit of a particular temperature and you have been given the Celsius, degrees in Celsius, you can plug this Celsius into here, do this 9/5 weird business at 32, and it will give you the Fahrenheit. Now, this is cool. But we're going to use this formula to construct a table of values for F using values of C in intervals of 10 between C to 0 and C to 100. So there's a lot going on here. So we're going to construct a table, and we want, starting at 0 for our degrees, we're going to go up by steps of 10. That's why it says intervals of 10 until we get to 100. So what you should see here is a table in degrees Celsius, and it's going to go up increments of 10. And so what we're expecting is 10 different Fahrenheit amounts. Now we have a calculator to do this. Some people brute force this and use a formula and put in 0 and then 10 and then 20 and then 30, etc. Bit time consuming. Some might argue that this approach is time consuming. Yes, but it is easier to digest. So what we're going to do is with the calculators, we're going to start a new document, and then we're going to add lists and spreadsheet into it. So start a new document. I'm going to save lists and spreadsheets over here. Now with our lists and spreadsheets, we are going to enter the particular values that have been provided for Celsius and Fahrenheit. Just make sure that up the top you put in labels, whether it's Celsius or Fahrenheit. To shorthand notation this, the instructions have provided C for Celsius, so execute that, and F Fahrenheit. Then the Celsius degrees are the ones that have been provided to us within the table. So this is going to go up by increments of 10. Now don't get misled into thinking that it's going to take this long to complete. The reason why this one is easy is because I'm typing on my keyboard. You have this like small little trackpad. Now that is just going to be terrible for me because I've got stubby thumbs, especially typing stuff in, so it might take a bit of time. Now the next thing we're going to do is we've got our values of C. We want to then have the associated Fahrenheit degrees in the following column. Now a way to do this all in one hand notation is by this little cell here. Now this particular row of cells is the formula set of cells, and this is what this symbol represents. As an equal symbol. So what we are going to do is we're going to click on here and we're actually going to type in equals. What will happen is the computational syntax will pop up and it says, you want to put a formula in? I've got you. What formula do you want me to do? I'll represent this by whatever you've put up the top, whatever title you've put up the top. We've put F for Fahrenheit, so it's going to spit out F semicolon and equals. So it's ready to put in a formula. Now what we want to do is, we know the formula is going to be 9/5 times the relevant Celsius, and then we're going to add 32. So we'll just type that in. We'll go bracket 9, and you can use the division symbol on your keyboard, on the calculator. 9 divided by 5. Close that, and we'll times that by C. Now, we are just putting C because we've made that formula as C here. If that said CEL for Celsius, or the actual word Celsius, you have to type in the whole word, okay? Because it's trying to refer back to whatever the title thing is there, okay? In this case, we've made it easy for ourselves. So we'll type in C, and then we will add 32. Why is it coming up with an error? That seems to be a bit weird. I'm going to have a look into that now. Okay, just realized what it was. I always forget about this part because I'm so used to Excel on computer. It's gonna have a little dialog box, which you just saw before. You are going to change that to variable reference. This is going to be variable reference. Once you put that in, it's going to refer to the particular variable, not the column, and then it will spit that into the formula each number, and then you will get your relative Fahrenheit. Then with that information that you see here, you're going to transfer that information onto your table over here. So that's why some people debate whether it's considered longer or shorter. Once you've done that, you put your numbers in. That will be the examples completed. So exercise 5A, page 304, 135, 6, 8, 10, and question 14 uses your calculator. Best of luck with this exercise, and I'll see you for the next exercise 5B in future date.